Tekken 8 and Final Fantasy 16 collab. I am just going to say this right now because I am absolutely uploading this before the sale is over. If you're listening to this the day it comes out, Tekken 8 is available for half price off right now. Go get it.
Let's fucking go. Finally, something in my element.
Okay, look, I will be the first to admit it. As much as I am interested in Final Fantasy, I'm not that big of a fan of it. But that said, the amount of Final Fantasy that I have consumed, which is 7, 9, 10, bit of 14 before my subscription passed up, and 15 as well. This is honestly, like, I am satisfied, because let's be real, I'm pretty sure everybody and their mom who is a fan of Final Fantasy was expecting Tifa Lockhart.
Yes!
Yep. Yeah, this reveal has gotten people in a tizzy. Granted, there are folks that do like the reveal and the decision made. People weren't kidding that with the drama baiters just being the 10% of the vocals.
Maximilian Dude, as of this recording, came out with a video today saying, yeah, I mean, I think a lot of us were expecting Tifa, but honestly, I'm satisfied. I think this is a great choice. And honestly, all things considered, Final Fantasy, they could have gone for a number of characters from different games. It didn't just have to be from 7. Because, again, 14 is still out, and it's getting expansion after expansion after expansion. And 16 is one of the newest games that they're pushing for. So, yeah, I think it does absolutely make sense that they go out of their way to collab with one of their most recent games outside of being a remake. And my thought process there is, most likely, the remake games are doing fine enough as is. They don't necessarily need any promotion. Because, I mean, here's the thing. When Final Fantasy VII Remake has been in the works for so long, people kind of forget how long Final Fantasy VII Remake has been in the oven for, to the point where we were making jokes about it. We're absolutely
I remember those days.
Yeah, and now it's out. The whole thing regarding a collaboration is to give more people attention on certain products that other companies and other developers are releasing, so that it can hopefully gain more hype around certain games and certain media that just released, and get more people to buy either or game. And Final Fantasy VII, I mean, yeah, like, everybody who knows about video games to some extent knows about Final Fantasy VII, and if you don't, you're a fucking liar. Let's be real here. How many people right now actually were even aware of Final Fantasy 16?
While there is a select few, well, for example, the folks in Maximilian's circle, I know Wooly Versus, for example, I know he's got to be popping off at this moment. Ignoring the naysayers and whatnot. Yeah, it's not a lot of people know about Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah. Because the two biggest, like, attractions right now is either 14 or 7. And that's generally because Final Fantasy 7 was such a majorly hyped and popular game. So, them going the route of actually collabing with Square Enix and the Final Fantasy 16 team to release Clive and make him DLC character, it gives people who wanted Final Fantasy characters in Tekken 8 genuinely what they wanted, technically, but it also gives people more aware that, hey, we have more games outside of 7 and 14. You guys are aware of that, right? And going for a character that, by all accounts, from what I've seen on the gameplay and everything, and even heard some of these devs talking, I honestly do kind of see what they're talking about with this character being the more suited to a game like Tekken.
Yeah, I know people, when he does release, are going to be complaining, not for the fact that, oh, Tifa should have been in here. By the way, while we're on that subject, I've played both Remake and Rebirth. I've seen how Tifa plays. How many Tekken characters can do practically the same thing that she can?
Yeah, I can vouch for this. I may not have Rebirth, but I do have Remake. Yeah. Like, I mean, look, I know essentially this all started because of a joke that Maximilian Dude posted where it's like, dude, Tifa's already in Tekken and she don't even know it. Like, it was a sort of a joke, and very much Harada took it seriously and was like, look, I get that people like her, I get she's a popular character, but I mean, this whole thing, it's not necessarily how this works. We can't just ask Square Enix, hey, can we get Tifa? No, there's a lot of hoops that we have to go through. So, I mean, right. Them going out of their way, because this was the same thing with Noctis, is that they could have, at the time, gone with a number of different characters for Final Fantasy or Square Enix. Like, I'm not exactly No. Tekken 7 came out before Final Fantasy 7. But yeah, they could have absolutely still have released a Final Fantasy 7 character like Tifa in it, but her moveset is just like... It isn't anything really much to write home about regarding, like, DLC. Because that's the biggest thing, too. Is that, regarding Noctis, is that you want the character to be a reason for people to buy them. Like, you want this character to be premium content on some level. And if the premium content is just kind of playing on the same kind of field, or more so not as different compared to Jin Kazama, Kazuya Mishima, or even Reina, one of the newest characters, then you're not really going to make it a successful DLC. But you get a character like from Final Fantasy 16 with a fucking sword and can turn into Ifrit, like, oh, by all accounts, you are going to see people go for that.
With his own dog, command grab. Good boy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I've played Final Fantasy 16. I enjoy Clive as a character. I enjoy the story he goes through. It's like, so just seeing him in Tekken 8 with the gameplay, being able to incorporate every single ability from every single icon in his moveset, to the point where it looks like he might need a goddamn thick book equivalent to War and fucking Peace to learn. It gives me a sense of, what is it? I want to say anticipation, because I want to learn this character. Yeah. I want to be good with this character. I want to be able to counter Jun fucking Kazuya. But still, to be able to just rush in with Odin's sword and then pop off and hit him and hit a counter like that. That's the type of stuff I live for.
Oh, and I will already tell you right now, the moment I get Clive, he's going in the lab, and I will absolutely find ways to counter your shit. But you already knew that.
Yeah, I already knew that. I'd be disappointed if you didn't. I'd look at you and like, the hell happened, man? Also, technically, this will be your second official instance where you get to listen to the composer's music. So for Soken, yeah, his music.
Yeah, that too. And also I've been talking a little bit more about this, but next year I am absolutely considering, because I am fully admit I have this game modded, I am considering streaming it live, just us going to town in just this private server and just going to town with mods and everything. I am considering it. And if Bandai Namco comes on my ass for that because I got mods, well, then I'm just gonna go back to doing what I usually did, and that is playing the game with mods without actually televising it. Anyway, okay, look, this is absolutely going to have people pissed in one way or the other, because look, this is gonna be the Noctis situation where you will see a bunch of people pissed off at anybody using this character. But time and time again, numbers don't lie. So I absolutely believe, similar to Noctis, we are going to see a lot more people, especially considering that it's on sale now during the time the collab is releasing. Yeah, this is gonna have a lot of people buying Tekken 8 and even buying Final Fantasy 16 and getting Clive. This is gonna absolutely, without a doubt. Regardless, even if people say, "Oh man, well you're just catering to the Final Fantasy 16 like fans." Well, one, and you're catering to the Final Fantasy 16 fans, and B, you're catering to Final Fantasy fans. This is gonna sell.
It will sell. So
Exactly.
yeah, so those of you that are whining and crying and bitching now, all I can safely say is stay mad.
Get good, fuckers. Anyway.